Hi, everyone. Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It's Friday. We're kind of switching things up a little bit because there wasn't anything that happened on Wednesday.
It was a very quiet week.
It was
for
a
you,
very
wasn't it?
quiet day. Yeah. But we've rescheduled our usual Wednesday Crime Stoppers now for Friday, and I'm very pleased to have Captain John Baker with UNLPD in the building. We had to cancel last month, so it's been a minute since I've seen you.
It is.
How have you been?
It's been great. It's been great. It's spring break here at UNL and, of course, for LPS. So I'm not going to lie, it's been a little bit of enjoyable week for us, a little quieter. Well, for us, it's quieter.
Yes.
Responding to things. So, yeah, we got caught up in a lot of cases and other stuff, and fortunately we do have one new case anyway that we're following up on. But, overall it's been good.
That's good. And the semester overall has been, again, working in the news business, I haven't heard anything too crazy coming from campus over the last
if we can find some wood to knock on or something like that, that'd be great. But
right.
It's been. Thanks for jinxing that.
I know, I ruined it. You can tell everyone back at the department it was my fault.
All right. No, yeah, it's been good. It's been a good semester.
Good deal.
UNL's a great place.
Good deal. All right, but we do have a couple cases that we do have. We need some tips on. We've kind of run dry. So what do you want to start with, the tents or the joyride?
Let's do intense.
We're going to do tents? Okay. I really appreciate this one because you guys had a great title on the Lincoln-Lancaster County Crime Stoppers page.
I wish I could claim credit, but I can't.
But it's still just great.
It's still great, though.
Because this case involves a tent, and so we're calling it an intense situation.
It is. This tent had been set out to dry. It's been, I don't know if you know, Campus Rec at UNL, they rent camping supplies and all kinds of gear that students can use.
Yeah.
So this tent was returned. It held up well in a rainstorm. However, it needed to dry out.
Yep.
So that's what they were doing. They're letting it dry out before they fold it up. And, truth be told, it doesn't take long for things to disappear when they're setting out like that. And unfortunately, this is one of them. But we were able to get some pictures of a gentleman that rode up and saw a good opportunity for some shelter, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe he likes camping.
Yeah, could.
But we'd like to get the tent back. Those aren't exactly cheap, but we'd like to have Campus Rec get that back, and so they can reissue that.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the tent, that can be a couple $100.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so this actually happened a little while ago. This was back in late or mid-October.
Mid-October, yep.
And so looking for tips on who this gentleman is that we have pictured here. It looks like I think in this picture here, a green bicycle is what he's pictured on.
At least at that point in time, yeah.
And so the person
cap has a red bill on it there, and the hairstyle and the cap, something may stick out to somebody there.
Yeah, or if it's like all of a sudden someone's got a new tent that they didn't have before.
Yeah.
This could be it. And so looking for tips. So again, as always, best place for someone if they do know Captain Baker, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
We have options. We have lots of options. If you want to stay completely anonymous, you need to work it through Crime Stoppers, either through the phone call at 475-3600, or you can go online to the website and follow instructions there to leave a tip. Or you can use the P3 app, and you can submit the tip for any crime, whether it's been featured or not. If you know of anything out there, you can text, call, or I guess app that tip, and it'll get to the right agency. We'll sort it through and where it needs to go. But that's the best way to stay anonymous and potential to receive the reward.
And we like receiving rewards. So again, you could have gone camping in this said tent. A
yellow and green 3-person tent.
Yellow and green 3-person tent. And if you may have gone camping in it before, and you could leave a tip. Let's say, hey, this is my buddy who took this tent, and you could get the money.
Absolutely.
Use that money
to buy your own tent.
There you go.
I like it.
This is why we do this. So, case number 2 that we're talking about today. This happened more recently. This was the beginning of March, so actually just like 10 days ago.
Yeah. Still fresh.
Walk us through case number 2 here.
So we are working this with the Lincoln Police Department. A pickup was stolen off campus, I think an area of like 40th and Cornhusker, that 43rd and Cornhusker area. Not sure where they went from there, but they left a trail of damage along the way. They tore down the fence at the property and for some reason decided to come into the area of like the 22nd and W, the old Textron Cushman building. There's a fence surrounding that, and they parked, left, walked away for a bit, and that's a picture of them walking away from that area. About 7-10 minutes later, they come back, they walk back, and get in the pickup, and they ram down another fence of ours, of UNL's, causing about $10,000 damage for that fence.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a vehicle stuck in the fence, kind of caught up underneath, forwards and backward 4 or 5 times. You can just see it just barely off in the distance of the camera. You can just see the taillights come on and off. Finally gets it free after 5 attempts, rips it free, leaving a trail of oil behind them. Naturally. At some point in there, they hit a vehicle at 23rd and T, and then at 25th and T, maybe the vehicle ran out of oil, or they decided it was over.
They were done.
For whatever reason, they left it there. So yeah, the vehicle has been recovered, but between the fences and the damage to the vehicle, this is definitely someone we would like to talk to.
And so what would this individual be looking at for potential charges?
I can't speak for LPD. I'm sure they would have, larceny of auto on their side. They would have the criminal mischief or vandalism to the property of the owner. And then, of course, we would like to pursue charges of vandalism on our side.
So several different things that this person could be facing. And we don't know where this person is still unidentified. And, again, the picture, sometimes you get great pictures. Sometimes we kind of
late at night. That's probably the best that most cameras are going to do from that distance too.
Yeah.
So
if you know anything,
if
someone bragged about taking a joyride in a truck and knocking down some fences.
Yep. And this was about 2 in the morning, I believe, 1 to 2 in the morning. If anybody in that area, 25th and T, 23rd and T, 22nd and W, if anyone has Ring cameras or cameras that might cover their house. We'd be interested in seeing that footage too, to see if we can get a more close-up picture of that person.
100%, yeah.
There is also, I forgot to mention, they also swiped a vehicle parked somewhere near 20. Did I mention that 23rd and T?
Yeah, 23rd and T. Yeah.
Yeah. So that person too would like to. We have a hit and run crash. Obviously, that LPD would also like to find out that.
So yeah, joyride kind of gone wrong here. Don't know what that person was thinking. It reminds me of the time, this is going way back, I was outside my home. I was trying to take lightning pictures, as a young meteorologist does.
Absolutely.
And I saw someone drive, this 2 o'clock in the morning, saw someone drive by our house. They stopped, they reversed, and then they mowed over our mailbox. And then reversed, and then just kept on going down the road.
There was something about your mailbox they just didn't like.
It upset him. And so, this person was upset by these fences, apparently, as well.
Yes, yeah.
So
can't contain them.
No, you cannot. And so, again, as always, we'll put it up on screen just so everyone can get a good look at it. These are the best ways to get in touch with either Lincoln Police or UNLPD. Again, the P3 app is great, just like Captain Baker said. You can leave a tip about either one of these cases or any other crime that you think you may have witnessed, even if you're not sure and just want to leave a tip. And it will get to the appropriate agency.
Absolutely.
And you guys get to have a nice little conversation, too, if you guys have some follow-up questions.
Right.
So we also wanted to talk about today, UNLPD kind of has a fancy new website here. We got it punched up here, kind of the announcement of it. But can you kind of walk me through what this is?
Yeah. So if most people may not be aware that UNL Police does have our own communication center, our own dispatch. We work in tandem with the Lincoln Communication Center. They're linked up by computers. We can see each other's calls and so forth. But if folks call us, we can enter calls for us. But our communications division's noticed a gap, right? A lot of people are more comfortable texting or using an app or somehow communicating other than dialing a number, right? So UNL Police at the first of the year added a texting capability where they can text us and in any language, well, most any, disclaimer, right?
Yeah, most any.
Several hundred, I think. It will automatically translate that for our dispatchers. They can respond to those texts. They can send a link for the user to share video if they are wanting to report something, or pictures, and they can even, with permission, this is all with the user's permission, with a link they can share their location. So if they're lost, they don't know where they're at, They can share their location with our dispatchers, and then they can send us right directly to them to help out.
That's fantastic. I'm sure that's a great tool, especially for students who are foreign students.
We have a lot of international students.
International
absolutely.
students, or if you're just not from Lincoln or from the area and you're a new student at the university, whether it's out of town from Nebraska or out of state.
Mm-hmm.
And so what number do they text?
It is 402-472-5552.
Okay. I'm going to have to write that down and probably add it to our Crime Stoppers full screen.
That'd be great. Yeah.
To do that as well.
Yeah.
And so that's just going to be a great number to just keep in your phone.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's an alternative. It's one of the methods to contact us. We would always prefer a phone call.
Yes.
That is kind of the best way for us to get instant information and the most up-to-date information and best communication with someone who is reporting something, especially in a crisis or an emergency where we need to get that information quick.
Mm-hmm.
A phone call to 472-2222 is always best.
Yes.
So we will always push that.
Yes.
However, there may be some situations you may not be able to make a phone call, or like I said, you're just more comfortable texting, or you can put it into words, or you don't know how to. English isn't your first language.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a great option for that.
Yeah, wow, that's a really cool option. So this is the first of the year you said this
It
came online?
It is. We've had several I was going to start to call them calls. We've had several texts, reportables come
That's good.
through this, yeah.
All right, well, that's awesome. That's good to hear. I'm glad that is working out well for you guys. It's an exciting program. I'll be interested to talk to you maybe like a year from now.
Yeah.
And kind of see what that program
Hopefully I'll
is.
have some cool stories for you.
Yeah, I bet we will. All right, Captain Baker, thank you again so much as always. One, for sliding from Wednesday to Friday.
Not a
I
problem.
appreciate that. And two, for your time today. Is there anything else we need to get mentioned before we let everyone go today?
I think that is it. I hope you have a great weekend.
All right, awesome. Thank you much to, again, Captain Baker. As always, keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all of your latest news, weather, and sports. And until next time, we'll see you later.